Melanie Johnson,
and you're
marketing coordinator.
Right, she kind of does what I do, but she looks a lot better. She's dressed nicer.
I've got some information here that just tells you about all of our services. We do massage, coaching, nutrition, physiology testing, gait analysis, bike fitting, physical therapy, and physician clinics.
The full Monty.
That's right. And you just saw Andy in our physician's clinic. So our physician's clinics have local expert physicians coming here, seeing patients, about a half a day a week. They rotate through here. The other is physical therapy. We have 2 physical therapy gyms. This is one of them. One more back that way. We can go look at that one. And then we have a satellite clinic in Louisville, about 10 miles east of here.
Does Lance come here? That's what everybody's going to ask.
I've seen Lance in a long time.
That's right. You might be. Actually, he took a break and he might need to get back into shape.
That's right. That's right. Hey, we see lots of people here. Most of our physical therapists have other kinds of connections in the sports world. We have a former Wimbledon tennis player. We've got...
Oh, can you name them or no?
It's Radhika Menon. She is an Australian-trained manual therapist.
I should know this name. I'm Australian.
Trained manual therapist here.
Wow.
But yeah, Radhika was at Wimbledon, I think, in the late 80s. We have Ironmen, Ironwomen, we have Olympians, so many different aspects of our physical therapy practice. We use a multidisciplinary approach to physical therapy. And our physical therapists do see their own patients. We don't use PT aides to see all of our physical therapy patients. But they also use the expertise of certified athletic trainers to help our patients learn home exercise programs and help learn ways for them to prevent injury or maintain that good health that they've worked so hard to achieve. And we also use certified massage therapists here. People can come here just for massage too. If they're golden age patients, account for about 10% of our patient population.
Golden age, that's a nice way to put it. See, on the Bike Party Credit, I put it a page called seniors and I got a bit of flack. Golden age.
They account for about 9 to 10% of our patients. We actually have about 38,000 appointments a year. The part of it that is bike fit is about 620 bike fits a year. Really one of the only true 3D bike fits. A lot of people say they have 3D, but it's really more like 2D. We use infrared photography here in the ceiling to capture motion on the rider. We use these little markers here to go in specific places: knees, hips, ankles, shoulders. I don't know where else they go. But anyway, these markers are reflected with the infrared light and photography, and Sean captures the motion in our computer. And they use that to just kind of look at the rider's position on the bike.
Oh yeah, we've seen that on those, Discovery Channel videos, haven't we? Beijing 2008.
We do VO2 max, lactate threshold, fuel tests, wind gate tests, just pretty much any performance test an athlete could want. This is our gait lab where we do video analysis of people's running gait or walking gait if they're having pain or issues with running or hiking or walking or anything like that. We also do custom orthotics.
It looks like the basement of my, parents' right? But I imagine it transforms itself when there's somebody stellar in there.
That's right.
Frank Shorter?
Here, Frank Shorter. This is Eckhart Lindbergh.
Andy Pruitt. Yep. Eckhart Lindbergh, and he is
both of them are runners.
Runners, yep.
That is Ellen Hart Pena, again, another runner. Neil Henderson is our Director of Sports Science, and he went to Beijing last summer with Taylor Phinney.
Taylor Phinney, the Davis and Connie Carpenter Phinney.
That's the one.
And Davis Phinney has a Bike Friday. Last we spoke to him.
Our cyclists bring their own bikes. They put them on the CompuTrainer, and the CompuTrainers are programmed to mimic terrain. It could be a local terrain, it could be a terrain, a course from Tour de France. And so the riders are in there with the coaches, all on the CompuTrainers. And there are computer screens that can either show the terrain or it shows everyone's output, how many watts they're producing.
You can actually train for a specific mountain.
You actually could. I mean, to the extent that the CompuTrainer can mimic it.
We see Andy Pruitt, is that right? Riding on the back of a motorbike, treating a patient in motion.
Yes.
Well, what's he actually doing there?
I'm not sure if he's dressing a wound or just looking at just a cyclist who's got some knee pain.
I think laying on of hands, like faith healers do, but he's actually got knowledge, Maybe it's just a magic touch, reassurance. And there goes Andy off to another important appointment. It's Connie Carpenter's class. This is the famous Connie Carpenter Phinney taking a Power Max class.
I teach here twice a week.
This is Connie Carpenter Phinney and Davis Phinney and Connie, you have Bike Fridays, is that right?
We have a couple in the garage, yes.
And this is a Power Max class. Hi. Thanks, Connie. Really appreciate it.
All right, have a good visit to the Boulder Center.
Thank you. Look at those powerful legs. Well, that was Connie Carpenter Phinney. Bit hard to shout in there and hear what's going on. What lady said what? As long as we don't put her head on a naked body? I thought you were going to say, as long as you don't put my head on top of one of those small wheel bikes. For some people that would be even worse. What do they know? Hey, what would they know?
Patients from every single state in the United States in 19 different countries. Actually, it may be more than that. It's not unusual at all for people to fly into Denver International Airport, get in a cab, come here for an appointment, jump back in the cab and go back out and catch a flight and leave. So people come a long way to see Andy, or really any of our bike fitters. Our bike fitters are Jason Amrick, Tammy Dick, Larry Meyer, and then Andy Pruitt. And Larry, Jason, and Tammy have all studied under Andy and mentored under Andy for years to learn Andy's very specific method of bike fitting that he does.
Right.
So if you come and see Jason or Larry or Tammy, you're really getting the same bike fit that you're getting from Andy. Andy just has so many more years of experience and knowledge, but our physical therapists actually bring a lot to that bike fit. You're actually going to be seeing one of our biomechanics, and it's exactly the same situation.
Yeah.
They have expertise in biomechanics. Sean Madsen and Avery Frazier are the two biomechanics in there, and they've worked closely with Andy over the years too to learn all of this method. Avery and Sean do what we call performance bike fits. They can take a rider, put them on the bike, and make them perform better than they did when they got here. They can make them stronger, faster, smarter riders on the bike.
Oh, I like the smarter part too.
Our physical therapists and Andy are really looking more at the medical aspect of that bike fit. And not everybody needs that medical aspect. If you have an appointment with Avery or Sean just for that performance bike fit, you're going to get what you came in for.
Excellent.
Better performance.
We just heard a voice come out the loudspeaker saying Code Blue, which is a bit like DEFCON 5 or something. And that means there's...
Code Blue is an episode where someone has become unconscious. Code Blue, third floor gym. Code Blue, third floor gym.
So what will happen as a result of that?
Physicians will go up there. There's actually several physicians who see patients on the third floor. We're all owned by Boulder Community Hospital. They're a different department on the third floor. So physicians are responding with crash cart and stuff like that, and they'll call an ambulance to come. So
this is someone in a gym upstairs?
It sounds like a treatment gym upstairs, in the PT gym upstairs.
So does that mean that person would have been exercising on their own?
They may have been exercising. Right now, this is one of our staff members taking a crash cart upstairs. They do have a crash cart up there, but we respond with all of them and all of our physicians just to make sure that any help that's needed up there is received.
So someone might have just passed out because they kind of overdid it.
Right, exactly.
Does that happen much? I mean, people...
it really doesn't. It doesn't happen much at all.
Wow. Well, this is kind of exciting. We're actually, in the middle of someone there who's obviously training for the Tour de France and needs a little bit more. Who knows? Who knows what's going on there?
Patient population upstairs, I was telling you that about 9 to 10% of our patients are golden age. The age range for Newark on the third floor, I would say it's probably more like 50% of their patient population, so it's hard to say.
And what's golden age?
We consider people to be golden age if they have reached the age of retirement, so usually 60s, 63 and up.
Oh yeah,
maybe would be golden age.
Smack bang in the Bike Friday community kind of average age, except for this gentleman here who's super younger. You're one of the young ones. Well, that's great. Well, you'll stay young.
I went to the Betwixt class a couple past fall.
No, just one. $9.99 for the basic one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You can find them on Bike Friday
Yeah?
on the internet. These are Bike Friday people.
Yeah.
That's right now.